Hey, this is Jim with XD45 Actual coming at you. Second video. I decided to do a couple of draw sequences from some testing, concealment, but mostly demo stuff to show you some different techniques than you normally see, unfortunately, out on the YouTubes. So I put a couple pieces together. I'll splice them up and put them in some kind of a format that you can understand, and I'm especially probably gonna make some people out there a little bit ticked off, because I'm looking at some of these trainee training videos that are out there, and they're doing some really weird stuff with the 5 steps of drawing the gun, and I didn't get into the whole finger thing yet. I'm going to do that in another video, because that's a pet peeve of mine. I don't know where all this new stuff came from. Everything was working fine for years, and then all of a sudden there's this monkey circus freaking peanut stuff going on. So I'm going to put some clips together, splice them in, and hopefully you'll get some benefit out of it. As usual, leave some comments for future videos, or tell me what you think. I know there's a lot of indoctrination out there with some newfangled, I don't know whether it's under the guise of safety or nouvelle gun handling. I'm not really sure what's wrong with the old solid rules that have been in place for years. But in any case, I'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay, somebody please tell me, who's this guy? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Somebody please tell me who's teaching this out there. I didn't even do it right. If I did it right, it would be, I'd pull back like this. I put the stinking muzzle near my face, look around, I put the gun back in my holster. Who's teaching this? Here's another one you see all the time. Who's this guy? We see him all the time on the internet. What circus is this guy from? What circus monkey is he from? Isosceles, you're at the range, fantastic. Isosceles, you're in the Walmart parking lot, and you're being accosted, not so good. Basic Weaver stance. I have the exposed gun. This is for demo purposes anyway. For you gun safety Nazis out there, the gun is empty, it's cleared. I'm going to do is just a simple draw into a Weaver stance and mobility, and then I'll turn and kind of slow it down and move from left to right a little bit so you can get kind of a close-up on the hand action. Okay, so we're just going to come up, we're going to index on the gun right here. And this particular XD has a passive grip safety. So on the draw, out, come up with the coupling hand into my posture, which is basically a fighting posture, almost a boxing posture, if you will, with the extension of a firearm. I'll come up a little closer, my finger's off the trigger right now, I don't have anything in my sights. If I was to come up on a sight, my finger would go on the trigger. If I went back to into low safety, it would come off the trigger. Simple as that. I have full mobility. I'll switch to the left. Same position, I'm in a low ready. If I was to come up on the sight, it has something in target, finger goes on the trigger. I'm clear, I'm taking it off the trigger, I'm going down to a low ready stance, moving around. I'm not standing with my posture wide open, my shoulders slumped over like some kind of circus clown, and doing an observation like this, like you would never do in real life. You would never do that. Don't. At that point I'm going to pull the gun back and move holster. Okay, again from a slightly more concealed positioning, depending on the weather, depending on your location. I have a light tactical kind of shirt on. Pretty much conceals what I'm carrying at this point. The same principle applies. I'm just going to swipe the garment out of the way in this particular case. I'm square to a target, but I'm not practicing to be square to a target. I'm practicing to be anywhere where a target might come at me. I don't know where that might be. So if I sense a threat, I want to be in a posture where I can take in somebody's aggression. I want to stand. So I'm basically an authoritarian posture. The police would call it an interrogation posture. So I'm on my feet, I'm on the balls of my feet, I'm ready to move. should the need become necessary, at that point I'm going to swipe back, index again on the handgun, and draw into the weaver. On target, should I need to be on target, my finger's on target. If the threat recesses, I'm into low safety, my finger comes off the trigger. Once again, off the trigger, off the target, on the trigger. Number one safety, right here. Move the garment out of the way, reholster. Here's your hands in the web right here, out of the draw. Come right out, straight out. And cant right into the target. Back in. Forward view, right here. But you're in an open stance, you don't want to be here. This is not where you would be in normal, natural combat situation. Limit your body, limit your target. Same principle back here. Of course, we're not concealed, but this is for demo purposes. Out and in. Step back up. On target. Get your footing. Bring it back. No monkey stuff. No circus clown stuff. I'm not going to sit there in a combat situation in a Walmart parking lot and go. The fight's over, you're dead. Okay, I'm doing a little different rig here. It's the Yaki rig from DeSantis with a Czech 75 in it. Again, this is a full-size duty handgun. No overgarments, but you can see there's an outside carry. And I'm a small guy, and it fits the contour of my body fairly well. So under concealment, this is, which I'll probably show you in a little bit, it's quite concealed. But again, it's the same principle. This doesn't have a passive safety in the back, but it's the back strap, and then we're going to come right out of the target, or I'm sorry, right out of the holster into the target. In this case, I'm backing up for demonstration purposes. I'm on the target, my finger's on the trigger. I'm off, my finger comes off. Up on the target, off the target, into low safety, ready mode. Well, this is basically just a dress shirt I threw on just for demonstration purposes. It doesn't match or anything, but yeah, this is a full-size piece, like I said. Yeah, you might see a little bit of what they call a footprint. I'm not really that concerned about it right now. What I'm concerned about is this would be a typical situation where you might need to draw a gun from undercover, get on your ready and back off, because distance is your friend. So I'm in a modified to weaver stance. Finger is right now off the trigger because I'm in a low ready position assessing the situation. Should I feel an imminent threat coming at me, I would come up onto the target, my finger would come onto the trigger, and I would shoot until the threat is stopped. Assess the situation. And again, I'm going to assess the situation like I drive, with my eyes. I'm not going to do a monkey thing with my head all over here, my hand all up here. It's not necessary, and it looks ridiculous. And at that point, I'll the holster. All right, just a quick recap of some of the short footage that I ran. Some highlight stuff, especially I don't get the whole, and I wasn't going to grab somebody else's video and insert it so you could see what they're doing out there, but I don't get the whole up and in and out and 5 steps. 5 steps to to draw my weapon and get on a target, the fight's over. Because I'm assuming this is, for me anyway, the training aspect is regarding concealed carry and possibly a hostile reason where I might need to pull my gun and use it. So this whole premise of crocking my neck around and looking around and observing, I don't know where it comes from, but apply logic to that and see if it's feasible. You don't drive down the car with your hands on the wheel like this, going like this. Like, you have eyes. They have peripheral vision. This looks ridiculous. And not only does it look ridiculous, the actual funnel that's in front of you, what you need to be concerned with, is being obfuscated by your head looking this way and this way. It doesn't make any sense. Don't do it. It's dangerous. I'm here to tell you that that's dangerous. And people will say, well, it's just an exaggerated. It's an exaggerated motion so that you get used to it. Well, no. If you get used to it, your muscle memory gets used to it. That's what you're going to do. It's not a good thing to do. And I'll tell you what else is not a good thing to do within the realm of the 5, 4, whatever, however many steps they claim there is to draw a gun from your holster to a target. This is all new to me. The last place I want a loaded gun is near my chest. Thank you very much. So this is Jim with XD45 Actual, and I'll see you next week.